There's a good chance that a tiny, unassuming seed is sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. One that holds a story spanning empires and continents. We're talking about cumin, or jeera as it's known to millions. So today, let's uncover the story of this tiny powerhouse.
Wow. You can almost smell it just reading that, can't you? That warm, earthy aroma. It's the foundation of so many of our favorite comfort foods. It's really more than just a flavor for so many people. It's literally the scent of home. Okay, so we all know its taste, but what about its journey? How did this humble little seed travel all the way from ancient history and end up in our spice racks? Well, that's exactly the story we're going to unpack today. All right, here's the plan. First, we'll explore what makes it such a culinary powerhouse. Then, we're going to journey back in time from pharaohs' tombs to Roman tables. We'll pinpoint the modern-day cumin capital of the world, uncover some of its hidden health benefits, master the art of actually using it in the kitchen, and finally, see how this one single spice connects cultures across the globe.
So what exactly makes it a powerhouse? I like to think of cumin as the bass player in a band, right? It's not always the flashy lead guitar, but if you take away its deep, foundational rhythm, you'd know immediately that something crucial was missing.
Okay, so its fancy scientific name is Cumin cuminum, but its flavor profile, that's pure poetry. You get this warm-y, earthy base with a surprising little hint of citrus right at the finish. It's this complex character that makes it so incredibly unique and, let's be honest, indispensable in the kitchen.
Now, let's take a step back in time, because this is not some new, trendy spice. No way. Cumin's story is literally woven into the very fabric of ancient history, from the pharaohs of Egypt all the way to the feasts of Rome.
Just look at this incredible journey. We're starting in ancient Syria, thousands of years ago. From there, check this out. Ancient Egypt, where cumin was so prized it was actually used in the mummification of pharaohs. The Romans even used it as a table condiment, just like we use pepper today. And then finally, it traveled the spice routes to India, where it became the absolute cornerstone of the cuisine we know and love.
So, all that rich history brings us to the modern global spice trade. Where does all this cumin come from today? Well, as it turns out, one country doesn't just lead the market, it completely dominates it.
70%. Just take a moment to let that number sink in. That's the share of the entire world's cumin produced by just one country. It's wild.
And yep, India is the undisputed champion, producing a staggering 70% of the global supply. But what's really fascinating is that it's also the world's largest consumer. This isn't just a crop grown for export. It's a fundamental part of the national diet and economy. The heart of this production is found in the arid, sun-drenched plains of western India, primarily in the states of Gujarat and Rajasthan. These regions provide the perfect hot, dry conditions that the cumin plant absolutely loves, making them the true global epicenter for this spice.
So we've covered flavor and geography, but cumin's role extends way beyond the kitchen. For centuries, it has also been a staple of traditional medicine, and it's revered for some pretty powerful health benefits.
And what's so amazing is that this ancient wisdom is now being backed by modern science. Cumin stimulates digestive enzymes. That's why jeera water is a classic home remedy for bloating. It's a fantastic source of iron. It's packed with antioxidants. And some research even suggests it can help regulate blood sugar and fight harmful bacteria. It's a true functional food.
And this brings us right to the kitchen. Because knowing about cumin is one thing, but knowing how to use it, well, that's where the real magic happens.
How you prepare cumin completely transforms this flavor. You can start with tadka, sizzling whole seeds in hot oil to release their aroma into the entire dish. Or you can dry roast them to deepen their nutty flavor before grinding them. That fresh powder is the base for countless spice blends, and a final sprinkle of it can elevate anything from a simple yogurt dip to a fresh salad.
Let's look at the three main forms. Raw seeds have a sharp, slightly bitter edge, which is perfect for baking into breads. Toasting the seeds unlocks that warm, nutty character, which is the heart and soul of tadka. And of course, the ground powder provides that deep, earthy foundation for curries and marinades. It's really like having 3 different spices in one. And here it is, the single most important takeaway for your cooking. If you want the absolute best flavor, just forget the pre-ground stuff. Buy whole seeds. A quick toast in a dry pan and a whiz in a spice grinder releases an aroma and flavor that is just worlds apart. Seriously, it's a game changer. So, as we wrap up, let's tie all these different threads together. We've seen cumin as a flavor, a historical artifact, a global commodity, and a health aid. But I think its most powerful role might just be as a cultural unifier.
I mean, think about it. Within India alone, a country of immense culinary diversity, cumin is one of the few constants. It's in a simple jeera rice of the north, the complex rasam of the south, and a million dishes in between. It connects a billion people through a shared language of flavor.
And that's really the core message here, isn't it? This tiny, unassuming seed carries within it the history of empires, the livelihood of entire regions, the power to heal, and the ability to make a simple meal feel like home. It kind of makes you look at your own pantry differently, doesn't it? What other everyday ingredients are just sitting there, hiding an epic story? Cumin reminds us that if you look closely enough, the most common things can be truly extraordinary. Thanks for joining me on this journey.